So, ladies and gentlemen, can you put your hands together to welcome Elena Dolmat?
How focused you're planning to be today in this session? From 0 to 10. Write down this figure for yourself. And now do what you need to do to really comply with this figure, to stay focused. Maybe mute your phone, take a piece of paper and a pen, take a second to prepare your environment. In the world where AI is evolving at a light speed, the real question is, are you evolving too? Raise your hand if you have ever been moved or promoted into a leadership role. Have any been promoted or moved into a leadership role? Raise your hand. OK, thank you. Lower your hand. And now raise your hand if you were really prepared to think differently, to think in a new way, and take up this role. Raise your hand if you're really prepared to think in a new way. I see much less hands now. This is what I would like to talk about today. Most leadership development help us do more. But today, I would like to explore, together with you, how you can become more. Because the real measure of leadership is not what you know, but how you think, how deeply you can see, reflect, and grow. AI can really optimize and refine many great things. But it cannot grow your wisdom, your consciousness, and the way you see yourself, others, and the world. A senior leader whom I coach from IT industry told me once, our CEO is thinking 5 years ahead, but the rest is stuck in today. And I told him that this is not a skill gap. This is a leadership growth gap. Here is some data that shows that the lifespan of companies over years decreases. And it is projected that by 2030, the life of the organization will last around 10 years before they disappear or reinvent. If the outside world reinvents every few years, leaders must reinvent how they think even faster. And we don't really need more leaders. We need deeper ones who is able to think differently. As a professional with international human resources background, and the one who is devoting last 7 years to team and individual coaching, I clearly understand the challenges HR and leadership role has in a company. Another senior leader in coaching with me told me recently, sometimes I feel like a glue holding the company together while everything else is changing around me. Raise your hand if you have ever felt like a corporate glue. And how do you think? Just think for a moment. What does the company, your company you work in, expect from your role? And how often do you ask yourself this question? The same leader told me that his company expects him to be and to develop himself into the architect of leadership growth instead of being a corporate glue. The recent data from the Corporate Research Forum shows that 32% of chief HR officers are internal candidates. And this is a worrying sign, because companies are not creating conditions for growth of the strong leaders. And without strong leaders, it's impossible to maintain cultures, to continue reforms, and to maintain the business integrity in the times of change. One quote really resonates with me quite deeply. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. And that's why we really need to focus not only on what we know, but explore deeper how we know it. And vertical leadership development helps us here. The data, the work research shows that any adult passes through certain stages and development the same way as kids do. But for adult development, it doesn't mean being smarter. It means being more conscious, being more aware. And think behind your thinking, apply meta-thinking, and develop more complex minds and forms of minds. Still, most leadership development programs focus on what? On techniques, on tools, instruments, skills. But vertical leadership development is different, is much deeper and much complex. And if we take the analogy of a smartphone, horizontal development is about your skills, which is applications and tools in your phone, and vertical development is about your operating system. It is about your entire worldview, how you think and respond in complexity and change. And vertical development is not always comfortable. It requires you to enter the unknown, to let go predictability and control, to acknowledge that you cannot control, manage, and predict everything. It requires you to address a deeper question towards yourself. What does want to emerge in the world through me? What does want to emerge in the world through me? And people really grow through the context of their lives. Basically, the context pushes people to grow. And some people grow through near-death experiences. Some grow through midlife crisis. And the most ecological and healthy way is coaching. And some clients whom I coach, they share that they prefer coaching because it's less hospital bills. So now the question is how? How we can help leaders to think in a new way and to lead with complexity tolerance. We cannot download a new way of thinking in our brain the same way as we download operating system in our computers. Vertical leadership development is much more complex and sometimes slower. One of the ways how you can upgrade your way of thinking is LDP, Leadership Development Profile. It is not a personality test. LDP explores how you construct your meaning, how you think, and how you make a meaning of yourself, others, and the world. LDP is processed by trained analytic professionals. And many forward-thinking companies have already implemented LDP in their organizations to support their leaders' vertical growth, such as Microsoft, Google, Unilever, Danone, Coca-Cola, Fujitsu, BP, and many more. LDP is exploring your mindset beyond their categorization, beyond the model. It explores how you think. It explores how you make a meaning in this complex world. And sometimes I hear from companies when I talk with them that company won't support it. Well, be the first, create the showcase, and this is how the change starts. I also hear it won't work in our culture. LDP is culture sensitive. It's context aware. People don't want it, I hear. Well, people rarely want changes if they have never seen it modeled. So be the first. I also hear, I tried, it didn't work. Most probably, this was horizontal, because vertical development is complex and a bit slower sometimes. We try tests and assessments. This is not a test, this is not assessment. This is an inquiry-based exploration that helps your natural growth as adult and helps supporting your maturity. Companies who implement LDP in their organizations, they experience increase in retention and engagement of their staff. They apply LDP in different processes of the leadership growth, in recruitment, in transition of the roles. They also support and strengthen their succession plans with LDP. Leaders who pass through coaching and LDP, they are able to make wiser and more informed decisions in complex world and in times of uncertainty. And in overall, the performance and culture in the organization improves. So now, I would like to invite you to a small exercise. What helped me to grow as a leader and to grow vertically? What helped my clients to grow? A small exercise, and I invite you to take a piece of paper and a pen. Slow down, try to relax, and close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And try to respond to the question, am I a person I want to be right now? And write down your answer. Don't judge, don't try to fix it, just notice. And now, ask the next question. Which mindset features does this another me have? Breathe, think, and write down your answers. And now ask yourself a third question. How can I embody these features right now, today? Breathe and write down your thinking. This is your vertical moment. This is not about being smarter. This is about being more aware. And when you apply these questions regularly, you will notice a shift in how you think. You will notice a shift in how you show up. This is how vertical growth works in practice. No big trainings, just small, consistent questions to stretch your awareness and to enlarge your capacity of thinking. So the key message I would like you to take away with today, that in the era of AI, it matters less what you know and far more how you know it. And coaching is the right way, ecological way, towards your how. If my message resonated with you today, your next step is not a program, course, or training. Your next step is a mirror. Took a leadership development profile and let it show you what is your next growth edge. Contact me for coaching your future-ready leaders. And I'm sure that you know what EQ is. Probably you also know what your IQ is. Raise your hand if you know what AQ is. Okay, some. Great. Let it be your homework. Look it up and think what it means for your future as a leader. I also recommend a book, Changing on the Job, that really made a great impact on my growth as an adult. It made a great impact on my clients in coaching. And I also invite you to scan the QR code you see and get a comprehensive guide to 6 transformational leadership capabilities with very practical questions you could ask yourself on a daily basis. I hope you enjoyed this session. Come speak with me after this session, and let's make this impact of growing your leaders together. Last important statement I would like to make. Growth begins with quiet reflection, bold questions, and one human choosing to grow. And this human is often you. Thank you.